So Tony, let's discuss the recently announced changes to the direct partner requirements for Microsoft.
I think the first big one to call out for direct partners, as we know, traditionally they were required to do $300,000 in trailing 12-month revenue in CSP. That has now gone up to $1 million.
From July 1st, yes.
There is the security requirements as well. So Microsoft are bringing in the Partner Centre Security Score, and partners will need to look at that, look at the requirements on what they need to bring in. Things like enabling MFA for all Partner Centre users, enabling MFA on their customer admins, responding to support tickets in the Partner Centre in a timely manner, enabling Azure budgets on all Azure subscriptions. So there's a lot to go through there. There is a requirement now for one designation, but that will go up in future years as well. They will require a support designation as well, which is a fully auditable designation to get.
I think the key thing is the spending revenue has gone up from 300k to $1 million. That's quite big. That's going to keep on going up. We know this is an evolution. Designations, everyone's aware of all the changes that have happened in all those designations. Going from legacy gold to designation has been quite hard already. For me, the security thing is the big one, because yes, we're saying MFA and partners should have MFA on their environment, and any partner should have it. The customer part is the hard thing. You can create a policy, or you can say to the customer you need MFA, but if there's a new customer created or a new user in a customer created, they don't naturally have MFA, that will score you down. So I think that's quite a hard one, and management of that is quite key. It looks basic on paper, but that's actually quite hard. You hit the nail on the head with the designation, new designation, the support designation that doesn't even exist yet. So you're having to get something that you maybe haven't even seen yet. We've gone through it ourselves already, so that could be quite key. Bytes going through that already makes us a perfect distributor to choose. But it's something that doesn't exist yet, and you've somehow got to go for that, pay for the audit, and then I believe it's a support designation per solution partner designation as well. So it's quite a big uptake on top of the buyer support contract, which can be between 12 and 150 grand a year, depending on your premise support requirement. Having the tech support wrap around the portal, you need to keep on building.
Of course,
uploading that portal,
providing the customers with the ability to purchase services and build them for it.
Exactly,
is a requirement.
And the evolution of that as well. A new API turns up, a new feature turns up. The continual chaining of that, and
we've got a lot of changes coming. Now, of course, the inevitable outcome of this, and they are harder requirements. This means that partners, there are going to be certain partners out there who may not want to prioritise getting to that point. What can they do?
The very obvious and blunt answer is they can speak to us. We have to do all of that. We have no risk of being offboarded ourselves, and we will always adhere to these and plus. So the partners should be having the conversation with us. We've been there, we've done it, we're continually doing it, we're continually evolving. But they become the extension of us. We built the portal, we have the support offering, we've got the managed service. They essentially become mini versions of us, or we can productize and build with them on their own setups and infrastructures.
And also, I think it's worth mentioning as well what value we can bring to these partners, because Bytes, years and years of membership with Microsoft, should I say, maybe that's not the right word, but certainly our expertise with Microsoft and the time we spent doing it has allowed us to become part of a lot of accreditations, membership levels with Microsoft, and we can funnel that into our partners, can't we?
Yeah, it's a very good point. Essentially being on every program, every funding stream, the ability to still sell every contract type. We've had conversations that the enterprise agreement is maybe going away. It's not going away for everybody. Partners will still have that one big customer, or that customer in public sector, or that customer with that slight on-prem requirement. Can't do that in CSP yet. So the ability to work with us on those licensing agreements and those contracts. But yes, for example, we can work with resellers and deliver every workshop on their behalf. We're on Fast Track, we're on CSI, we're on AM, we're working on Innovate. We can essentially offer all of this to partners. So turning that negative into a positive, the negative is you will potentially be offboarded because of the revenue requirements. Don't see it as a bad thing. See this as the catalyst to move to Bytes, and you go from where you are now to being plus, because you were not on all those programs before. You now are. So
it opens up so much more opportunity. I mean, initially you would think a lot of partners are thinking it's for want of a better term, a negative move. in terms of being eligible with Microsoft to moving to not being eligible with Microsoft Direct. But really, the opportunity that presents them with Bytes is absolutely huge. I think another area we'd be remiss not to mention as well is just because they are being offboarded from a direct Microsoft partnership point of view, doesn't mean that they need to then abandon all efforts when it comes to building on that Microsoft Direct relationship. And we can help them with that, can't we? Because obviously all partners do have the Partner Centre, and we offer a service, Partner Centre as a service, which allows us to take the complexity of Partner Centre and deliver it in a way to the customer which will be clear insight. So, how much incentives are they earning? Are there any incentives that they can use against their activities they're already delivering on? How far off are they on solution partner designations, specialisations? What do they need to do to attain those? Because just because they're not direct Microsoft partners, they can still aim for the sky when it comes to gaining these accreditations and building out their brand with Microsoft, can't they?
Yeah, very good point. Yes, Microsoft have moved away from this. You have to be a direct to be on all these. That did exist for some of them quite some time ago, maybe 2015, 2016. That's gone. The direct requirement, maybe resellers get hung up on this, maybe they're putting it in tenders, but that's from a Microsoft point of view, it's almost ambivalent to where the license has been bought from. It's the partner, the skills. The licensing is almost a byproduct really. So partners shouldn't really look at Partner Centre service, because from a high level, I've gone from buying direct and I'm going to have to buy through distribution. Our preference is Bytes, of course. There will be a financial increase in that area because you are changing commercials. So we need to look at the other areas that we are saving money, reduction of that support contract and the removal of premise support because they will use ours. But Partner Centre as a service could be another way where we will work with partners to, yes, we'll have to charge more for licensing, and that is a non-negotiable. All partners should be aware of that, but can we find you X amount more funding?
Yep.
Can we leverage propensity data that you just don't have the time to deliver? There are very few.
It's a full-time job, isn't it, to look at all that?
Well, it is, yeah.
It's difficult.
Very few partners we speak to have a version of us or a version of other people that own Partner Centre, for example. Maybe we can't afford that one person to just be the full-time job. So make it our problem. It becomes our full-time job instead.
Fantastic. So, okay, so for these partners that do want to find out more, what options have they got in terms of getting in contact with us?
Reach out to us, the classic Bytes email, tell me more, bytes.co.uk. Reach out to us, reach out to an account manager, find us on LinkedIn, come to one of the many events that we run. We're contactable by a number of methods. Just reach out.